and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Mad God, ahead of its release later this week on Shudder.
Mad God tells the story of an assassin who must navigate a world full of monsters, mad scientists, and wretched monstrosities in order to detonate a bomb behind enemy lines. Mad God is directed by the legend Phil Tippett. Tippett has had a long career working as a stop-motion and visual effects supervisor on movies like Indiana Jones, RoboCop, Jurassic Park, and Star Wars. In his 40-plus year career, Tippett has won an Emmy, a BAFTA, and an Oscar. And now, Tippett is making his feature-length debut with Mad God. Mad God is a stop-motion film that Tippett, along with an assorted crew of volunteers, has been working on for over 30 years.
The fact that this was a 30-year effort is extremely clear when watching the finished film. You could have told me Mad God took 100 years to make instead of 30, and I still would have believed you.
The world building in Mad God is incredible. This is a wildly creative movie. It is unbelievable that this was made by hand. There were so many moments when I was completely blown away by the meticulous attention to detail. Mad God is so strange. It is pure madness put to screen. The world depicted is horrifying, depraved, and ugly. There's futuristic sci-fi creations, disgusting body horror, unholy supernatural beasts, and vast landscapes of twisted metal. No matter how confused or bewildered I was during some scenes, I was always so impressed by how imaginative the story was. Mad God is 100 times more creative and daring than most modern sci-fi films even attempt to be. Now, as much as I praise it for being a truly impressive work of art, Mad God as a movie is not for everyone. Most of Mad God is told visually as the assassin descends further and witnesses the horrors firsthand. This is far from a traditional narrative or traditional movie with characters talking to each other or a simple plot to follow. I can imagine for many, as impressed as they will be by the visuals, the story will leave them wanting more or will just completely bore them. I don't normally do this before I write my own review, but I was very curious to see what the critical response to Mad God was. Currently, it has a 90% score on Rotten Tomatoes and is pretty universally loved by critics. Though, I did find one critical review that I think sums up the film's flaws quite well. Strip away the honored credentials of the filmmaker and the tortured backstory of this passion project, and what we're left is an artist's descent into obsession, crawling so far up his arse that nobody but him can see the light. And while I don't totally agree, and while I like the movie way more than this reviewer did, I do think the fact that Tippett spent 30 years making this will factor into the movie's critical response. I feel bad saying anything bad about it right now, knowing the work Tippett put in. Though without knowing this context, I am very curious to see how audiences on Shudder respond to Mad God purely as a movie and a story.
Overall, I definitely think Mad God is worth a watch for any horror fans tired of the same repetitive haunted house movies, home invasion movies, slashers we get every month, every year. Mad God is thoroughly unique, it's daring, it tries to be something new, and it takes a gigantic swing. It's the kind of movie you have to see to believe. I doubt the footage I showed from the trailer does this any justice. Well, yes, I can't guarantee you'll love the overall story. I can guarantee you'll be absolutely blown away by Tippett's 40 years of craftsmanship, all funneled into an insane visual spectacle.
I give Mad God a strong 6.5 out of 10.
Mad God comes out later this week on June 16th on Shudder. Once you also get a chance to check it out, please comment below letting me know what you thought of it. I am very curious to hear what people think of this movie. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, Horror Flicks with Nick. Twice a week I post horror reviews, commentaries, and short recommendations for horror movies you should watch on Netflix and other streaming services. Thank you all for watching my review of Mad God. I'll see you all back next week for another horror video. Bye everyone.